Welcome to the Nagual zone. I'm Anaam. Now, this is going to be an interesting video, so watch, and it's going to be challenging. What is a BMC? What's a BMC? B stands for bear. M stands for minimum. C stands for champion. The bare minimum champion. Toltec warriors cannot afford to be bare minimum champions. There's two ways to live this life. At any given moment, you are either behaving and practicing being a bare minimum champion, or you are behaving and practicing through repetition, doing more than was asked for, and then more on top of that. True champions, even in the matrix, in this world, the true champions, do you think they became true champions of anything, qualified in anything, professional in anything, good at anything, impeccable at anything in life by adopting the bare minimum champion attitude? And yet, I can tell you what you're thinking right now. You're thinking, no, I'm not that bad. I know what you're thinking. I'm not that bad. Really. Look at your life. That's all I will say. Look at your life, because if you don't look and self-assess correctly, accurately, you will not change. You don't have any chance. You won't give yourself the chance to change. And that is a very interesting fact. Cutting off all escape routes towards greatness, towards success, towards impeccability, towards a life lived without regrets. I don't mean a life lived in the numb and dumb mindset. Those people also fancy themselves to live a life without regrets. All they manage to achieve is becoming more numb and more dumb by the month, by the year. And then they pride themselves, these people, these foolish people, they pride themselves on saying, well, I don't regret anything. Yeah, wait till all that numb and dumb catches up with you and you finally see the light. Won't be a pretty sight. You don't want to be one of those people. There is only one way out of this. Only one way. You have got to stop becoming a BMC in your life. Now here's the problem. Most people, I've seen this with my own eyes over a period of decades and decades. I've seen this. And it has increased over time. It wasn't so in the 80s, then less so in the 90s. By the time the digital came round, it jumped a level. The BMC championships rose in popularity. Now, the one-click civilization. Give me everything in one click of my mouse. I want it all. The one click warriors. Now it's out of control. BMC. And it is a really great radar for where you're really at. Now here's the thing. Most people are not BMC. They are the masters of discipline, hard work, creative problem solving. No numb and dumb there. when it comes to getting laid or getting paid, then there is no BMC. Then we want the next promotion, we want the car, we want this, we want that, we want to please the boss. The only reason you want to please the boss is not because you like your job, you hate your fucking job. You want to please the boss so that you don't get kicked out of the job. And the only reason you want to please anyone in there. And you know it's a shithole. Slightly better shithole than your friend. Yeah. Wait till you start living within the boundaries of your path with heart and make lots of money. You will then really see what a shithole it is that you are justifying right now. I've got a decent, it's not that bad. It's a decent job. Boss is okay. Oh, well, it could be worse. Oh, surviving man. You have no idea. Right now, you have no idea. The best you can manage is to suppress the silent desperation, the voice of silent desperation. Keep it down. Don't want to hear it. That gives rise to the bare minimum champion. Naturally, you have no energy left to give your best to anything. And the only thing you're going to give your best to is the mating instinct and getting paid in order to sustain that mating instinct in the future. Which then means children, dog, flea on the dog's back, house, goats, camels, whatever else. It's all the mating instinct club. In the average man's world, some people break out of the getting laid, getting paid, and they start to really just do better. They want to open a business or self-employed or this or that. And then you have this whole amazing, millions and millions of business owners, people who are doing successful, doing well in their business. But as soon as it comes to anything else, as soon as it comes to personally evolving, growing, having to change, having to look at self-importance, having to learn how to be humble, BMC, the bare minimum champion. One of my tests for new apprentices, I just throw it out there to them, is, all right, let's put a timer on for 160 seconds. Sometimes it may be 3 minutes. Let's put a timer on for 3 minutes and just non-stop, without any pause or stopping, be grateful for 3 minutes for anything and everything that comes to your mind. Guess what happens? Very, very few apprentices, and those are people who already come to the master classes and then go on to become apprentices, so they know they are the ones who are sometimes able to do it. You want to get to a point, not 3 minutes. Come on, people can't be grateful for 3 minutes non-stop. You can be a bitch and an asshole for 3 minutes non-stop, but you can't be grateful and appreciative for 3 minutes non-stop. Think about it. You think you're a big shot. You walk around thinking you got a dick that's 12-inch long. You walk around thinking you're a supermodel, little princess. The world owes you everything. You guys are nowhere even on the same plane as you think you are. You're nowhere near where you think you are. The only way you're going to know where you really are is if you check your BMC level, your bare minimum championship level, outside the subscriptions of the mating instinct and getting paid. That's when you'll know where you're really at. Toltec warriors take a lifetime to forge themselves, cultivate. Forging and cultivation are intensely action-oriented words. That doesn't mean you get obsessed. That does mean you get disciplined and get serious. Toltec warriors learn to give their best and beyond. All the time. To everything. Tall order. But you can do it. You can do it. People do it all the time. I do it all the time within the bounds of human error. Remember, I did a video called The 1%. You can be 99% Clark Kent and the Superman, but life still reserves that 1% for itself. Okay? So within the bounds of human error and human capability, it is possible to give your best and beyond. And I feel repulsed. I feel revulsion if I witness myself, especially myself, not giving my best and beyond in any given moment. Is it being present and aware? Okay, let's give our best and go beyond that. Is it making a video? Let's give our best and go beyond that. Is it whatever it is? Is it being with an apprentice? Let's give our best and go beyond that. You see where I'm coming from? I want to feed your mind possibilities. It takes a lot of energy to live the Toltec way. In the Telegram group, people come in thinking that everyone's a warrior. There's no one a warrior. There's a vast majority of one who is actually a Toltec warrior in the Nagual Zone official Telegram group. That's why I've titled it the Nagual Zone official comedy chat. People come in thinking either they're warriors or everyone else is a warrior. Not at all. Everyone's a BMC. But they have at least become aware of their tendencies. And especially shout out to the masterclass attendees. Some of the masterclass attendees have not missed one masterclass since it was started almost 2 years ago. That's dedication. And they have changed. I've seen them change. Just coming to masterclasses every Sunday. Forget apprenticeship. My apprentices, there's no my apprentices, the apprentices, there are major shifts reported every week in the apprentice group. Toltec Apprentice Crucible, I call it. Major shifts, people breaking boundaries in their personal life that they couldn't even imagine before. Every week, every other week, some people, and I have to tell them, go report this to the other apprentices in the TAC. They would love to hear this. Sometimes the apprentices do it themselves. Sometimes they're a bit shy. They don't know if they're going to be self-important about it. That's fine. Doesn't matter. Put it out. It's a fabulous victory you've achieved, and well done. You can do this. I'm telling you, you don't need to be an apprentice. I'm telling you, you don't need to come to the master classes. Don't do any of that stuff. Hoard your money. Look after your little pennies. I'd rather buy a coffee than go to the master class. Do all that. It doesn't matter. But fill yourself up with confidence. You can do this. You can get away from the BMC and the weed. What do you think weed? Weed creates champions? Yeah? Weed and gaming creates champions, does it? All it does is make you practice bare minimum championship. So there's two ways to live this life. Your job is to self-assess, look at your life, not your opinions about your life and yourself. They're all completely incorrect. Whether you think you're a piece of shit or you think you're God's gift to this earth, whatever your problem is completely incorrect. You look at your life. You look at your bank balance. You look at whether you're sucking at mummy's teeth when it comes to money. Oh, pay my rent for me, please. You look at all of that stuff. How much of a big shot are you really? And are you giving your best and beyond the boundaries of getting laid, getting paid? Are you even capable? Has it even occurred to you that that could be a possibility? It's time to self-assess. Just take one good hard look at yourself. Don't shy away. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. It's just you. Don't be afraid. You can change. You have been given the greatest gift of all, the ability to change. Use it. Use it. And above all, be impeccable with listening to your inner silence. Everything else comes from there. But this BMC has to be tackled separately, and you tackle it, you must. You can run away from it as long as you want. You can avoid looking at it. You can do whatever, all your tricks. You can. Eventually, none of them will work. When death comes for you, and it will come, it is coming right now. It is coming right now. As when you started listening to watching the video to this moment, death has just creeped closer to you. There is nothing in you that can assimilate that fact yet. Too much Matrix, baby. There's nothing in you that can assimilate that fact yet. But death has just creeped closer to you. Emotionally, you cannot connect with this. Mentally, everyone will nod their heads. Oh, yeah, we are all going to die. No one lives like that. Only Toltec warriors, through a lifetime of forging and self-cultivation, manage to live like that. Give life evidence of that kind of living. Only those people have the requisite motivation, the energy to give their best and beyond. The ones who think they're immortal, who death will never touch emotionally, there's too much cognitive dissonance there. These people are the ones who think they can afford to be bare minimum champions. I want you to not be one of those. You don't have to be a bare minimum champion. Remember this. Bring it up in your mental files when you witness yourself being a lazy ass. Get up off for that thing. That's James Brown's song for the young ones. James Brown was an iconic singer and all-round amazing badass of his time. So I'll leave you with this. What are you going to practice? It's not about I identify as a donkey. I identify as a human. I identify. It's not about I identify. No one gives a shit about your identify. It's what you're practicing. What are you practicing? No one gives a fuck if you think you're a cat or a dog or a flea or something. Toad, right? Half woman, half man, whatever the hell people's mental nonsense is. No one gives a shit. Life doesn't give a shit about that. You got to assess, what am I practicing in each moment? What am I repeating? Right? Start with this. Am I repeating best and beyond, or am I repeating BMC? That should be your only concern for the next 5-6 years and it will take that long for you to break away from that mindset and step slowly through making many mistakes, slowly step into becoming a true champion, acquiring true personal power, and giving up the life of the BMC once and for all, right? So you got a lot of work ahead of you, mainly because you have no idea. You walk around thinking you're way better than you really are. You have no idea. This is the way to get the correct idea about yourself. And I know you can do this. You can do this. On that note, leave in the comments below what you think of this video. And if you have anything in your personal life experience about how you managed to shift, even if it was in one thing beyond the boundaries of getting laid, getting paid, and you managed to shift from BMC to best and beyond, BMC to BNB, BMC to BNB. Put it in the comments below. It'll inspire me. It'll inspire anyone else who reads that comment. All right. I will see you in the next video. Walk in freedom. Farewell.